Welcome to the amazing Spoderman. And we start off with little Peter Parker playing hide and seek with his parents when they find out that his dad's study has been burgled, or someone went into it and messed around a bit. So Peter's dad goes into the study and takes out secret papers and websites some stuff, and the parents take Peter away. They run away to their elders, Aunt May and Uncle Ben. Then they leave him there and go off to die. So Peter grows up to be a bullied nerd, seeing people make out on his fucking locker, not saying anything because he's too pussy. Just fucking grow a pair and tell him off, man. Apparently he does grow a pair and tells his bully to stop bullying another dude, so this bully bullies him and beats him up. Then Gwyneth Stacyeth steps in, uses her estrogen powers and calls him a retard to break up the fight. Then at home, while clearing out the flooded basement, Uncle Ben puts his meat on Peter's face and Peter finds his dad's old man purse and they're like, oh what? I don't know. Who's this? Get that shit off the table, bitch. We finna eat. So later on, Peter examines this man purse of his dad and he finds the secret papers inside with secret symbols on it with a secret movie science equation in it. Then Ben tells him that the dude in the picture was fucking Kurt Cobain, a dude that used to work with his dad. He's a science dude. So Peter does intense research and finds out that science dude works at Oscorp. Now, looking past the fact that he's using fucking Bing to do his research, why are all the research scenes so obviously animated? How hard is it to fucking whip out OBS and start screen recording? Seriously, it'll look much better than this fucking animated mouse garbage. And I bet it'll be cheaper too, you dumbasses. Anyway, he goes over to Oscorp to meet Kurt pretending to be an intern. What he doesn't count on though is Gwen being the head intern, so he uses Assassin's Creed stealth to hide. Then Kurt shows up like anyone got a hand. Ha! Cripple jokes, always a zinger with the youth. Then he reveals he longs to fix his missing arm with science and make a world without weakness and shit. So Peter says smart science stuff that the other nerds, in my opinion, uncharacteristically make fun of. Like, we get a movie. He's a nerd and he gets bullied. We get the concept. Anyway, Gwen spots him because of that and she's like, look, I'll be in trouble. So he proceeds to do stuff that might get her in trouble, like bumping into this cow lover and seeing super secret science symbols that he recognized from the other super secret science symbols that he was not supposed to see. Then going into this room, he unlocks with this code that he saw from very far using supervision he does not yet have. Movie, he's not Spider-Man yet. So he goes into this lab that people clearly just came out of in full biohazard protective whatever body condoms. Not very smart, Peter. He goes into a room full of spiders and touches shit. They all drop on him and this is how he gets bitten by a spider on his neck when he goes to talk to Gwen and she tells him to fucking leave. Also, Brown Boy talks to Kurt and he's like, are you finished? He's like, nah, I'm not, I need more time. No more time. I go, I come back, and then you finish. Next, while Peter's on the subway ride home, his powers kick in and he beats up his whole subway car by accident, then gets home and super spidey senses reflexes this fly out of the fucking air that was so viciously gonna fucking attack Aunt May. Why'd he do that? It's not like it poses any threat apart from all the diseases flies carry, obviously. Anyway, he got the munchies and they just like, is he on crack? Definitely heroin. Kidding. It's probably weed. Next day he wakes up and is surprised as fuck by his powers and he keeps fucking up his weird ass 2-door bathroom. Who the fuck pulls on a twisty knobbed faucet? Peter showed Parker, dumb cunt. He does some more super animated research about spider bites and then concludes that he's gonna go to Curtis, so he does. Who's like, this my private residence, bitch, get lost. I'm Richard Parker's son. Oh dang. He lets him in and apologizes for not calling when his dad disappeared because he was very, very angry that he took the secret breakthrough files with him. I don't know why I'm speaking like this. Peter then writes down for him the super secret movie science breakthrough equation that he wanted and he's like, oh dang, papi. See, this is the algorithm to do the human take the animal strength and heal shit. You get it? He then goes to school and kinda counter bullies his bully, then breaks school property, then kinda asks Gwen out. And we get the standard quick enjoying and discovering your powers bit, at least for like a little bit. Then we get another part because Curtis has invited him to Oscorp Tower. He goes to Oscorp Tower and Curtis shows him around a bit, like, that's how we keep our genetically engineered cat girls. That machine shits out dark matter. Pretty sure that one's meant to cure cancer, but actually gives you cancer. Hey, what's that? Oh, that's a plot device. That thing shoots out a gas cloud into the air that infects people or cures people with whatever the cloud's already formulaically composed with. That's not a word. Then they try to run a simulation on a 3-legged mouse to regrow its limb using lizard DNA and the movie science equation, and it fails a bit, then it works. So they give the real deal to the real mouse to see if it works later. And then he gets home and Uncle Ben gets mad at him because he was supposed to pick up Aunt May from work, but he didn't because he was too busy doing other shit. So Peter in turn gets mad at him because his dad left him or something like that, and he goes to clear his head on a walk. So Ben follows him. We all know where this is going, right? Ben goes to follow him. Peter gets fucking made fun of for being poor by fat Antonio Banderas. So in retaliation, Peter does nothing and stands idly by while fat Antonio Banderas gets fucking robbed and hits him with his version of I missed the part where that's my problem. Then sunglasses blondie thief guy bumps into Uncle Ben who goes by a different policy and he kills him. Peter sees the man lying on the floor and he finds out it's Uncle Ben and he is gutted, mate. It's not the first time Uncle Ben has died. You know the drill. The cops give him a picture of the cunt and they tell him that he has a star on his left hand. Then he goes to school and it's all worth it because he gets a hug from a girl. Fair trade deal. He then goes out at night and starts whooping the ass of anybody with a blonde hairdo until he confirms with the the left hand star that they are the person that killed Uncle Ben, then he leaves them alone. And just a quick question about all the Spider-Man in general. If their direct skin is the sticky part that allows them to climb buildings and shit, then how does stuff like their shoes and their suits stick? Do their powers transcend or propagate through the materials? Doesn't matter, whatever. He creates a suit and webbing which he tests out, and no one sees him do this shit because he's in the only empty street in New York City. I'm sure there's a street that is empty in the Big Apple, but this doesn't seem like it should be one of them because there's a fucking restaurant in it or cafe or whatever. Fuck it, who cares? Moving on, he continues his quest to find the blonde bitch while Willem Dafoe's good cousin, the chief of police, gets mad at him, and on one of his find the blonde whore that killed my uncle missions, he surprises the blonde thief in the car he's stealing, somehow ending up in there without the owner or the valet or the car thief noticing him getting in there with it being locked in. Fuck it, whatever, doesn't matter. He messes with him a bit, and also, this Aston Martin appears and disappears through shots of him messing with him. That's right, movie, I noticed. Anyway, he's not his guy. The cops come and try to arrest Spidey, so he runs away, and when he gets home, he shows Aunt May his bruised face from all the rough and tumble fucking spin cycle bat swing he's done, and she's like, oh my god, he is on heroin. Next up, Suka is told by Kurt that the rat has regrown a limb, and we're all good, like we're on course with the fucking research or whatever, and he's like, great, you have to move on to the human trials. What the fuck is it? Ugandan, Nigerian, whatever accent. Wrong offensive accent. Recalibrating, hold on. Great, you have to move on to the human trials. You crazy? I ain't gonna do that. Do it for the vine. I ain't gonna do it. Do it for the vine. I ain't gonna do it. Do it for the... You guys remember that shit? Actually have something to say about this. Y'all remember how you fucking hated it? Everybody hated it and now it's loved. Same with Minecraft. It used to be widely hated and made fun of, but now it's also loved. You know what else got the same treatment? Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man movies. Y'all are fucking bitches. I personally didn't think it was that bad. I thought it was alright. I didn't mind them at all, but everybody else was shitting on them, and now you love them. Sure, it's probably because No Way Home came out and incorporated all the Spideys really well and shit, and both Vine and Minecraft have had their reasons for people to change their perceptions of them over time, but these movies are exactly the same and people are praising shit that they previously used to shit on, so what the fuck? Stick to your guns or stop being loser, sheep, high-minded cunt virgins and come up with your own opinion. Rant over. Back to movie. India Man really wants his shit to cure his boss Norman Osborn, but sorry, Kurt won't do this for the Vine, so instead of killing him like he did Pete's dad, he just shuts down his program on his research and takes the formula because they fucking own it. It's Norman's company, I think, I don't know. Yeah, it's their formula, whatever. So Kurt's like, fuck it, and injects himself with the movie science equation formula thing, and he passes out and wakes up with a new icky arm that he unravels from lizard shedding stuff. Tries to call Rajesh, but he can't get to him because of cell reception and shit, so he takes a cab to get to him, and on the way he turns into a lizard because of the lizard DNA and the movie science stuff. Meanwhile, Gwen has invited Pete over to eat fishy smelling stuff at her house, and by that I don't mean her vagina, I mean actual fish, but it might as well have been her coochie because she completely disregards the weirdness of him coming through her fucking window on the, I don't know, 100th floor of this building, and she's like,
you have your suit in there? It's for dinner. Are you gonna wear that?
who the fuck eats dinner in a suit, Gwyneth Paltrow? Doesn't matter, we find out that Chief of Police, guys, I can't fucking speak, man. We find out that Chief of Police, not Defoe, is Gwyneth's dad. And at the table they have a small fight like, Spider-Man bad, no, Spider-Man good, no, he bad, no, he good, bad, good, bad, good, bad. Hey, let's go out and make out. Yes, let's go. Gwen takes him out to the balcony for some mouse sex, then he goes off to fight, crying cause his Peter tingles. Specifically lizard crying because he's going to the bridge where Rajesh is cause it's being attacked by Kurt, who has turned into a full-on politician. That's a quick little funny for you on how all politicians are lizards. Haha, I'm funny. Rajesh tries to escape, but one door is locked and one isn't, which is already odd enough, but the other one won't fully open cause bridge, so he tries to kick that door open. Yeah, let's try and kick open the door that is firmly pressed up against the fucking bridge. I'm sure you'll have more luck overpowering a bridge than a door lock. What a jizz-IQ'd moron. Anyway, Kurt's throwing cars off the bridge looking for him, and Spidey saves them all, then lets him go to save this kid that's hanging in one of them cars he saved that's about to burn, gives him to his father, then leaves, very possibly letting all these other cars suffer the same fate as this one. Kurt then ends up in the cleanest sewers ever, and later bumps into Peter at his old lab, where Peter notices some very sus behavior and reptilian skin, then sees that the mouse they injected with the regrown limb stuff has morphed into an absolute unit chunkster of a fucking rat and ate the other mouse. So he figures that Kurt is the lizard man and goes to the police station to try and tip off Wilhelm the friend about Connors, but he just thinks he's insane. Then Peter somehow escapes the cop that was very clearly instructed to escort him back to school and sees lizards going down to the sewers and that there's a reward out for proof of the lizard monster. So he throws some webs down in the sewers and sets up a camera on a trigger to take pictures of any movement, but unbeknownst to him, Kurt has set up a whole ass lab in the sewers, gone nuts, talking about creating a world without weakness and injected himself with an even bigger dose of the green formula goop. Then lizards start playing tunes on Peter's webbing and big ass Lizardo shows up. They commence a slightly longer fight than the one on the bridge. He scratches him, then Peter escapes through the poo-poo water and pipes that big fat lizard can't fit through. This scratch, by the way, is completely different from all other scratch marks and or suit tears in any other subsequent shots, which is really fucking annoying. Anyway, Lizardo finds Peter's label camera and finds out who Peter is, obviously, and Peter goes over to Gwen for some schmexy swingy time. Then next day at school, a completely lizard-roided Kurt shows up out of the fucking toilet to attack Peter. Peter suits up in his spidey suit and they fight a little bit. Gwen helps out and he's like, don't help out. Yeet. JK, I'll save you this time. Wink wink. More battle happens. Stanley cameo F's in the chat. Then Kurt Lizard leaves, but PD falls him down into the sewers. He tells that to Gwen on a cell phone call with immaculate cell reception that you usually get in the fucking sewers. I don't know, I might be wrong. I never call anybody from inside the poop tunnels. I've only done it in subways before with mixed results. Maybe it has something to do with the structures above the tunnels. I'm overthinking this. Moving on. He tells her to go to Oscorp Tower and mix him up some antidote serum to fix up Kurt. He then stumbles upon Kurt's turd lab and finds out that he plans to use the plot device gas cloud thing to infect the whole city and rid them of weakness. So he calls Gwen a bit too late to tell her to leave Oscorp, but she's like, the antidote is cooking. Leave now, woman. I'm gonna get everybody out. I said leave. Goddamn feminists. Meanwhile, Kurt has been spotted by the cops trying to get to Oscorp Tower and they unleash hellfire on him, but he just heals up everything and unleashes some silent but deadlies on them, turning them all into lizard creatures. Then on the other end of things for Peter, he's also trying to get to Oscorp Tower and also getting into a run-in with a 50 who tase him so they can get a good look at that thick ass, boy.
Damn, boy, he's thick, boy! That's a thick ass boy!
But mainly his face, and when Captain the Friendly tries to take off his mask, he immediately springs into action, disarming everybody while trying to hide his face using super spidey ninja moves. Then Wilhelm Stacy finally sees his face and Parker's like, it's at the Oscorp, your daughter's there right now, you gotta let me go. So he does, but right as he's telling everybody to hold their fire, one of his dickhead trigger-happy retard men shoots him in the leg. And now back to Oscorp. Gwen is doing her bloody best to slow down Kurt with big-ass doors and playing Outlast with him and hiding with the granola bar device, cloud thingy, but he finds her and takes the thing without hurting her at all. Guess he's still got a soft spot for her. I don't though. My spot is rock hard, baby, cause fucking Emma Stone. Anyway, back to Spidey. The news is covering this whole thing, and the dad that had his kid saved by Spider-Man sees that wounded Spider-Man is trying to make his way to Oscorp, so he calls up all his construction buddies, because he works in construction too, to line up all their cranes so that Spider-Man has a straight swinging shot all the way to Oscorp and makes it easier for him. And as with Spider-Man and construction work, when they meet, there's always American patriotism to go along with it. Fuck yeah. So Speeder Piety patches himself up and lines himself up for the swings and runs for it, swings, but then misses, and the crane pulls him up and he keeps swinging with a straight shot. Cool scene, no denying that. But many things to say. Number one, why are you spending so much time climbing up and not swinging directly to Oscorp, spider cunt? Swinging requires very little stress on your wounded leg. Number two, this isn't really that much more helpful, to be honest. He can already swing from the sides of buildings with incredible ease. He doesn't really require anything to be directly above him. Number three, if he couldn't make this shot because the thing was too far, then he should have been able to make the sewer shots. I don't know how deep they were though. They could have been very undeep. So number four, what the fuck is this dumb pig doing? What is stopping traffic doing here, bro? If you weren't there, he would have just swung a bit higher. This is the equivalent of stopping traffic for a fucking gust of wind or a plane to fly above. You're such a useless dumb cunt. You are the white crayon of this movie, my friend. Whatever. Spider-Man makes it to Oscorp and Gwen finishes the antidote and gives it to her father, who's like, I know who your boyfriend is, don't worry. She's like, okay, cool, and gives it to him. So using the power of super fast elevators, liquid nitrogen, and a shotgun, they hold him off for a bit, and the friend's like,
Yes, for Gwen. I got this, Peter. Go!
No, you don't. He gives Peter the antidote, who switches it out in the movie science device with the toxin while Wilhelm gets stabbed and Kurt tries to go up and stop him, but too late. The thing gets shot up into the air. Why are you smiling, you dumb stupid cunt? The canister's clearly blue, not green. The antidote gets spread all over the city and everybody gets cured. The big tower on top of the Oscorp Tower falls because they were fucking around at the base of it and destroyed it a bit. Spidey falls along with it and Connors saves him with his disintegrating arm. I hate to break it to you, Chief, but he can stick to walls, so this gesture is kind of fucking useless. Anyway, Peter goes over to Chief, the friend who's dying, and makes him promise to leave Gwen out of his superhero business, which he misinterprets as leaving her completely and doesn't show up to his funeral and support her. What a moron. Mom May never really cares about why he's coming home beat up and really late anymore, but she does drop some wisdom on him, telling him that he's good guy to go after Gwyneth, who has guesstimated somehow that her dad made him promise to stay away from her in one way or another or keep her safe from his superhero business, so she really ain't that mad. And then later on, Peter's like, fuck that promise, I want to tap that ass. This movie gets a 6. Just a 6. Could be a 6 out of 1,000. Could be a 6 out of a 6. You'll never know. Cut.